Yeah.
Joellen asks if she got pregnant while Brian was still legally married. She says no. Joellen says, yes, he was. Joellen said, I have proof. And then Ruella was like, who the fuck are you? You're a psychopath. And Joellen smiles and says, I know.
Yes, I am. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join 3 Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers!
Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. Tonight we're going to talk about Real Housewives of Rhode Island. Oh my gosh, I forgot to introduce people. I'm Lori.
I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
Okay, good. So, Real Housewives of Rhode Island, episode 14.
Reunion Part 2.
Reunion Part 2.
Reunion Part 2.
Yeah. So, we start off with Rula yelling, fuck you, and saying Joellen sleeps with doctors. And I don't know what's bigger, your mouth or what's between your legs. And saying, you all fucking know. I saw her pointing to Kelsey. She pointed to somebody else, but I couldn't figure out who it was. And then she pointed to Liz.
Alicia.
Was. Yeah. And then she was
remember
saying,
I said, I'm sorry, Laura. Remember I said earlier in the season, like, I understand what Joellen's doing. She's defending herself because she's being called a liar. But wouldn't it be interesting if something comes out about her marriage? And I was actually thinking it was going to be Gary. Maybe some allegations were going to come out. I'm thinking next season, we're going to hear some shit about Joellen and Gary.
Well, that's what Rula lets us believe at the end of this season.
Ashley and Kelsey, Ashley and Rosie later on in the episode are kind of talking about things that are going to come out that could come out next season. So we'll see.
Yeah.
But wait, who did you say said's not coming back next year, Kel?
Liz, I heard.
Liz. Did you see that, Laura?
No, I just heard buzz about it.
I didn't see it. Unless Liz posted.
Even Up and Adam reported on it. Yeah, that Liz is choosing not to come back next season. Now, if that's true, because we don't know if that's true, this shit always comes out after the reunions. I would think it would have more to do with what's going on with her friend Dino.
Absolutely.
Than anything that happened this season.
Yes.
I think both. Honestly, I think both.
Yeah, I think you're right.
She wasn't paid it.
I mean, her husband says he's more famous than us, and Liz says, yeah, but not for the right reasons.
For the wrong reasons. Yeah. Listen, they don't need this. They don't need this aggravation. I told you that they were getting people on their doorsteps or their drive-bys that were not favorable.
That's crazy.
So it's crazy, and it doesn't surprise me. And especially since we know she's not going to have Dolo. And who's she going to have on her side? Rula? I mean, that is not a strong ally.
That's not a strong ally.
No.
It's really not.
I mean, no. So I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah. Agreed.
So Rula says, Brian is a separate conversation because Joellen's trying to say that he's the hoa. And, Rula says, yes, he made bad mistakes, bad series of decisions, but it's already been admitted. And Joellen says, you asked for proof. And Liz says, but you didn't sound like somebody who had good intentions.
She did say that.
Joellen says she said, oh, I started off nice. And Liz says, no, you didn't. Everybody knows you didn't. Joellen says, I told you, my friend Liz.
She did. I agree with Joellen. I think Joellen is absolutely right. She did tell her friend Liz, and Liz related to Rula, and Rula called her a liar and said, get me proof. And that is exactly what Joellen did.
Right.
And here we are.
Yeah. And here we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Joellen says that Rula got a new nose and a new personality, which when you watch the rest of the show, it just certainly does look like a new personality.
For sure. I mean, she had none of this energy during the season. I mean, she wasn't even on this season.
I think that she was seriously blindsided at this reunion.
I think so, too. I do think
I think
so.
she learned. Yeah. Yes. I think she learned a lot. I do. I think that she was believing Brian's bullshit until Joellen produced. I mean, when she saw the divorce from the court, she was like, She's got
Yeah.
court
You know,
documents,
that's
Brian.
not uncommon, though. That's not uncommon. If what was it? He filed in 2010 and was divorced in
2011.
2016.
Yeah,
Okay, so
I
that's
wrote
5
down all
years.
the
I mean,
dates.
I
I wrote down
I
all the
mean, I've
dates.
this is not abnormal, especially if there's money involved. It's excessive, don't get me wrong. Well, but what was Bethany Frankel's, like, 10 years? I mean, when
Yes.
there's money involved?
Yes, yes, yes. But she was pregnant. Rula was pregnant while he was still married, which was Joe Ellen's point.
Right, but she was pregnant in 2016, correct? Not
I'll
2011.
Yes.
I'll tell
Right.
you
With
when
the
we I'll tell you when we
Spanish
get
like,
there, because I
Yeah,
wrote it all
okay.
down.
Yeah, they filed in 2010. It was finalized in 2016. That's because you're going through assets and you're going through all that stuff. They clearly weren't together.
Rula seemed surprised about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, she did
That
seem
was just
surprised.
one of them. She seemed surprised about a lot of stuff. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And then, we go through the silly stuff with Rosie, asking
Kelsey.
when the house is going to be completed. It was interesting, though, because both times she was asked a question, she said, Rich said. So
Yes.
Rich said mid-July and ending up with the square footage. Rich says for me to say, keep saying 5,000. And,
Yes.
I
Kelsey
think that's
was
because
like,
Rich is in charge of the project, right? I think that's why
absolutely,
she's
yeah.
saying it. Rich is in charge of the project.
And I
And,
loved when Andy goes, "Kelsey, is that satisfactory?" And Kelsey goes, "I don't care." And Andy's like, "I think you do."
sounds like you
Yeah.
do, yeah. And
That's
in
awesome.
confessional, I like how Ashley was like, I have no idea why Kelsey would care about the square footage or the honesty of it. And, this is where Kelsey really shows her
Jealousy.
Well, no, it's just being
Yes.
being
Yes.
totally naive. Like the comments that she made were totally naive. It's like you can tell she does not know how real life works.
Mm-hmm.
For instance, Kelsey says, in the beginning, you said 8,000 square feet. And Rosie's like, well, that's because the third floor. And Kelsey's like, it's just such a dumb question. Well, I understood you went from the previous owner's house plans. Well, yeah, to start off with, and then you work on them because you're doing an addition. So what are you even talking about? I was like, oh my God.
Because, like we said earlier in the season, that was a detached garage, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
On a piece of the
100%.
property. So, of course, there's going to be a
Right.
blueprint of that. So you need
Right,
to know
they
the structural integrity of the building before you start adding on to it.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't.
she's very
You can't do an
ignorant,
addition without existing plans.
of course.
So you're just not making any sense. And then Andy brings up the issue of Dolores thinking that Rosie didn't like her, which I thought that whole thing was very weird. And there's something not right there.
I told you why Dolores said that.
Mm-hmm.
Because she's ride or die for Liz, and Liz doesn't like
Yeah.
Rosie.
Yeah. So then Rosie says, I only met her a couple times. I thought she was nice. And she said, I was surprised to hear that. Viewer asks Rosie if she really left because she had to wear diapers. And she says, well, I went on medical leave and realized how nice it was to not get up at 2 a.m. for 10 to 15 years. So I'm like, okay. And then, saying that she's left her job because she's sleeping with the higher ups. And then they flash back to the confessional where Kelsey's saying she got fired, and then Kelsey was like, well, her leaving is not as clean as she's describing it. Maybe the affair rumors were more towards the basketball coach than it was her job, and that there were relationships that were ruined with colleagues because of some incident at her job. And it's a shame that Rosie did not bring her briefcase.
Oh my
I
gosh.
totally agree. I wish she brought that damn briefcase.
I wish Andy let her go get the damn briefcase because
Absolutely.
it's so obvious that Kelsey is just jealous and tries to shoot down everything Rosie says. Like Kelsey is
Absolutely.
the biggest wannabe I've ever
Horrible.
met.
Yeah.
Biggest wannabe. Like, get your own shit, Kelsey. Make your
Mhm.
own life. Stop.
Yep.
Yeah. Learn how blueprints and
Yeah.
mortgages work.
Construction,
Learn how that works.
project.
Andy asked Alicia how it was when she first met Billy. Was it love at first sight? And she says no, he was a stalker.
Oh my God. I
great.
love her.
That's
He was
great.
very persistent. And then she was talking about the wedding. She wants to go to Greece for like the Mamma Mia vibe. My gosh. And then Andy said, well, we found out Bill works 1,000,000 hours and still drives Selena to dance, and he changes on that front. And she says, no. Andy said, well, it seems like he took you on the route, but still nothing. She's like, no, it's like an hour. Anything over 20 minutes is a problem.
Too much anxiety.
Yeah, too much anxiety. And then she talks about working on her own crackers.
I am so here for Alicia's cracker line.
Crackers. Yeah.
Did you see her on social media when she had the cracker sheet with all the different kind of crackers?
No, I
No.
didn't see that.
Oh my God, you have to see her. I will buy Alicia's crackers.
I'll
I
buy
honestly,
Alicia's crackers.
I'll buy them
love that
too, as
she's-
long as they're good.
I love that she's
Well, we got to try
partnering-
them, like the sprinkle
Yes.
cookies. We got to
Yes.
try
Okay.
them. We'll do an
Okay.
unboxing. I won't throw the box out.
All right.
Okay.
Good.
Alicia, maybe you could send us some PR package when you get them. But
Some crackers.
I love that
crackers.
she's partnering with the oyster cracker people because she likes the bite-sized crackers. And the oyster
Mhm.
crackers are the bite-sized crackers. And that's what you need when you got a cracker, right? You need a bite-sized cracker.
I mean, unless you're trying to put some cheese on the cracker.
No. She needs to have them as a snack when she's going because that's what she needs.
I know.
I love her. I love her. I love her.
And then Andy asks, how do you stay so lean with all these like crackers? And she says, well, Jane's Fonda. And she says, my Aunt Judy. And oh my God, production. Panning to Aunt Judy, swigging from the flask. That was great. And I bet Aunt Judy
That's how
thought
Aunt
that
Judy
was,
stays spelled.
I thought
Yep.
Aunt Judy probably thought that was the funniest shit ever.
Absolutely.
Yep. She trained her on the Jane's Fonda workout. Aunt
Yes.
Judy. She
Yes, she
trains
did.
her on the
Yes.
Jane's Fonda. Oh my
Yes.
gosh. I love her.
No, and then he asked her, do you eat a lot of protein? She said, no, but I eat almonds. And Andy's like, elements? I understood her saying almonds. I don't know
I
what
did
his
too,
hearing problem
actually.
was. Yeah, so.
And a little
that was
turkey
good.
and a little turkey pepperoni on a cracker.
Turkey pepperoni with a
Listen,
cracker.
I think
yeah.
Alicia and I may have the same diet. I could live off of Alicia's
Yes.
diet.
Those
Yeah, but
crackers.
you're not a carbs girl, so you're not really into crackers.
I'm gonna go to the crackers because
She's
I feel
going
like
to the crackers.
I'm gonna go to the crackers. If Alicia's making
Sure,
them, I'm
they're
going
the
to crackers.
Bite
I
size.
gotta have the bite size because I don't want crumbs everywhere. I want a bite size
Right.
cracker.
There you
Yeah.
I
go.
want it.
And then the viewer asked if Alicia about her ownership in Pizza Mama. And she said, well, yeah, and I get some of the merch, but she doesn't really know. And then Andy asked Andy says, Kelsey is somebody who knows how to get men to pay for things.
That
I
was
like,
funny.
okay, Andy.
That was good.
And then, he said, well, tell Alicia what she should do. And she says, have your own account, money from the show, cameos, put it all in there. Alicia says there's a woman in charge of all her money that was set up by Billy. When you need money, do you ask this woman or you ask Billy? And Alicia says, I asked Billy because she doesn't want to text this woman.
Right, because Andy says, do you know the woman? She's like, well, yeah, I text the woman. And Andy's like, wait, what? It was the funniest thing.
Telling you.
I mean,
Billy
and
set up
Andy's
the
right.
woman.
Like, he's like, you need to get a handle on this because you're going to start making money.
Yeah,
Like, you're going to
absolutely.
make money from the show. You're clearly
Billy
the fans'
set
favorite of
her
the show.
up. Billy
Yeah,
set
but
her
this
up.
that's my problem with her, though. But I know we'll get
I know. No, let's just do it now because Billy set her up because even Ashley said.
Yeah, but
Ashley
Billy
said,
set her up, and she can't take 2 minutes to get on the phone with the woman because it's boring.
It's boring. Alicia's not going to do it. I'm sorry.
Okay, so this is who I have a problem with. I have a problem with women who are happy to sit back like a princess and take money from a guy who's working his fucking ass off, and she can't get on the phone for 2 seconds to talk to somebody about her account.
It's
That I
something
have a
she doesn't
problem with.
She is so funny.
It doesn't
If
matter
she
if she
doesn't
doesn't
understand it.
understand. It doesn't.
She
It
could
doesn't
be
matter
on
if she
that
doesn't
call with her
understand.
for an hour. She's still not
And
going to
still not
know
gonna
what
get
this
it.
woman is going to
It
tell
doesn't matter.
her.
It doesn't
this
matter.
is-
If
this
you're
woman's-
taking this guy's money,
It's not.
go
it's-
sit there.
she-
That's what
no.
she's been doing all along. You want this guy to put your name on his house that he probably owned before you even came on the scene. But you can't sit for 20 minutes with some woman and listen to her talk to you about your money or listen to him. I mean, this guy's doing nothing but trying to help her. The fact that she made him re-propose to her now almost makes me angry. This guy's doing everything for her. She's like a little princess. I like Alicia. I want her on the show, but this is my only problem with her. I have no respect for women like this who
Oh my
sit
gosh.
back and want to be just princesses. I don't like that. But I like Alicia and I want her on the show. But this I have a big issue with.
The thing with Alicia is someone needs to sit down with her
Not
and
Rula.
put things in a one paragraph.
Elementary.
A very simple, right.
Elementary.
Finances for dummies.
For dummies.
That's what she needs.
That's what she needs.
Like
Just
for
very
real.
simple.
Okay, Kelly, I love you, and I love how you are so passionate about this.
That set me off. Okay.
I know it did. I know it did. And I'm going to tell you, this is the funniest thing. So, one of my sons, I'm not going to name him, the middle one, he always, he listens to us and he'll critique us. And 100% I agree with him. You are, Kelly, podcast gold because you are so passionate. You have a great podcast voice. You get so angry. And
we'll tell him he's my new favorite. But don't tell the other ones.
Yeah, no. The other ones don't listen. The other ones don't listen. They have no idea what we're talking about.
Good point.
He's going to, I mean, if you make this clip, he'll hear it.
Excellent.
But it is so funny to me that you feel this way. And I am here for Alicia. I'm here for her stupidity. I'm here for her gullibleness. I am here for her. And I love that you are so passionate on the other side about it. I love that. I love that.
And I still do love her. Like, I want her on the show. I love her. But this was like,
you got to be shitting me.
Yeah. You want this guy to give you half of everything? You're pissed off that he wants you to sign a prenup, but it's fucking boring to sit for 20 minutes to hear about your finances that he's financing?
Look how pissed she is. It makes me laugh that you're so pissed. I don't want her to change one bit. I want her to stay with her Jane Fonda and her crackers. That's who I want. I want Jane Fonda and her crackers.
She's lucky
what do you
this
want,
guy
Lori?
didn't boot her ass out of that house a long time ago.
I want Alicia just as she is.
Exactly.
And I will gladly look over all of her finances and make her a one paragraph thing and very patiently explain it to her until she feels confident with it. That's where I am.
I'm there with you, Lori. I love that Kelly gets so angry and upset about it.
I can't.
It makes me laugh.
I don't know if it's because I've been working full time since I'm I don't know, 22 years old. I've been working full time, and I've worked for lawyers for a long time. So I don't like that at all. That she finds it boring that this guy is financing her entire life, but she can't give him 2 minutes to go over things.
It's more. She doesn't understand it. You might as well. This is what she's hearing. Blah 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 blah. That's all she hears.
She can't.
I mean, you can't suck it up though and just sit there for crying out loud. But you want your name on his. You think you earned half his house?
No,
Get the fuck out of
she
here.
didn't even want it. She didn't even want to sign the document he gave her.
She wants her name on the house. Remember,
she didn't
that was
want
her next goal.
Listen, he gave her 50% of his share of Pizza Mama. She's like, I don't even want this. This is too much. I don't want it.
She's not getting 50% of that because the stipulation was she's got to drive her daughter to dance, and she's not going to do it.
Yes, but she said her mom
gave her the agreement. He's like, I'll give you 50%. Drive her to school to dance.
Her mom's going to help her. And he didn't say no. Her mom can't help her. And she only wanted 5%. This is what I love about her. This is what I love about her.
I can't.
And I don't know if I like it more about her or more that I love how angry it gets Kelly.
Both.
Oh my God. That really set me off. And I love Alicia. Again, I love Alicia. I think she's great. She's fucking great for the show. But
and
holy
so
cow.
are you. Kelly, so are you.
Thank you.
So Andy asks,
the way you get set off is so great for the show.
Andy asks who has a prenup, and Rula raises her hand, and she says that they both have one.
Now, how telling is that? How telling is that? And Rula is actually the only one who can explain to Alicia what a trust is. And obviously she doesn't have the time, but Alicia has no idea. The fact that he set her up with a trust, Billy has her back 110%.
100% this guy is looking out for her. So for her to ever and I understand she didn't understand, but for her to ever question it, but I guess if she doesn't understand. But I'm going to tell you what, I wonder when Rula said she and Brian both had prenups, don't you now wondering if she is riding so hard for him to get to a certain year? Because there must be something in a prenup. If we're married for this long, I get this much.
It could be.
I'm wondering about that, or I still think there may be some fear factor, but not
Sure.
after I was very shocked by how shocked she was because I thought she was smarter than that. When I saw her that she learned so much on this last part of the reunion, that kind of floored me. That really floored me. So I think that we may see a different side of her if she does come back next season. I do too.
I hope so.
I do too. Yeah.
So Ashley, comes up to, what's his name? Alicia's husband. Billy. Billy's defense.
Billy.
Billy's defense and says,
Yeah,
I've
he's a
gotten to
great
know
guy.
you. Like he would never leave you without half. He's a good man. Alicia goes, he's all right.
She did say that.
She did.
It's so funny to me because, my son has had his shit, right? And I have this one friend who's always like, he's the best. He can do no wrong. He this. Like, she'll text me like she's like his biggest cheerleader. And that's always my response. He's all right.
He's all right. Yeah, he's all right.
I'm sorry. If there's one housewife in Rhode Island I want to hang out with, it is freaking Alicia.
Definitely.
100%.
I'll
tell you what, I kind of want to hang out with Joe Ellen now.
But if I can only hang out with one, I want to hang out with Alicia.
Definitely Alicia, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going with Joe Ellen because I think Alicia would drive me fucking crazy.
She would.
But again,
I want to hang out with you and Alicia.
I want her on the show.
I want to see you go crazy.
Probably could handle it for about an hour, and then I'd be like,
and then you'd be,
I gotta
go. Yeah, I gotta go. Yeah.
And
then Andy asks Rosie about owning half of the house, and Rosie says that she sold her condo. And then Rosie says to Joe Allen and Kelsey, you two can keep looking at each other. And Kelsey's like, well, I know you have 2 mortgages on the house. She's just so dumb.
She's so stupid.
She doesn't know how it
Rosie's
works.
yeah. I've got a construction
loan and a mortgage loan. It's
a first mortgage
that
everybody has when they, typically, unless you pay cash, and God bless you if you do, you get a first mortgage. And then once you want to do something, any kind of addition or construction or any kind of improvement, you can take a second mortgage, you can take a line of credit, you can take a construction loan.
Right. That's just how you work it.
Kelsey's just proving how stupid she is.
Yeah, it was
100%.
It's not
yeah,
bright.
because I wrote down, I get why Rosie's getting so frustrated because Kelsey is just sticking her nose where she knows nothing about it. She knows nothing about it.
I loved when Kelsey was like, well, someone sent it to me. And she's like, Rosie's like, yeah, Gary, he works in the mortgage industry.
Yeah. So Kelsey said she's making it sound like she paid, $689,000 for her house. Just
in cash. She never made it sound like that. She never said that. No one ever thought that, except for you, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
And Kelsey says, you're making it sound like I can't afford a house. Well, no, you can't.
You don't have a job.
Billy's paying your car payment still.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have any credit history. No, you ain't buying a house. So I don't know what you're talking about. And then Rosie's like, well, I'm sorry for whatever I have ever done to upset you. Please accept my apology. I don't want you to be upset with me. And Kelsey, actions speak louder than words. You're just as bad as me. So I don't know. I don't know about her.
Unless Rosie's doing some shady shit off camera, I don't think we've really seen it.
Right.
No, I think Rosie's giving us Rosie. And I think that this whole season has been defending herself against Kelsey because Kelsey has been coming at her with bullshit.
And the whole time, Kelsey had Joe Ellen and Liz behind her.
She did.
Supporting that.
Yep.
Yep. And then we see the guys behind the scenes, and Billy asks Brian, who are you texting?
That's so funny.
Brian says, my father. And then, so they find out that they didn't know about the fight between Kelsey and Rosie until he
Well,
watched the
Billy
show.
didn't know. Billy knew
Yeah.
nothing because Alicia never told him anything.
Right.
Everyone else knew,
That's so
but
funny.
Billy didn't
She's
know
like, I
until he watched
can't
it.
get into it. It's too stressful.
Yeah. So funny.
You just gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I need a cracker.
I need a cracker. Yeah. Then we find out about Joellen's boobs falling out of her dress.
Yeah, that was odd.
Yeah, Liz and Jerry married for 22 years. So it's like, okay. And then Kelsey in 2014 with a drunk driver and the CAT scan and the tumor and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. It sounds exactly like what my mom had, though. A benign hemangioma behind her eye.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we get, I guess it was a viewer asking about her, the rumors online about her being an escort and it being $29K for dinner and dessert. And then Kelsey says, I have never sold any of my holes for money. I was like, okay. And
Who says
Kelsey
it like
goes,
that? Seriously, who
I
says
know.
that?
I was like, what?
I mean, even Rosie said that's an interesting way of saying it.
Mm-hmm.
It
Because
really
an
is.
escort doesn't always mean that you're sleeping with someone.
Right.
No, it doesn't. Just means your time.
Right. So Kelsey said it was all like a fake account. So,
Right. Someone stole her
Right.
identity or whatever.
Right.
you know.
Made up a, yeah. And then viewer asked, what was your exact agreement with your ex? And then she said asked if she was jealous in the beginning when she found out about the other person in another state. And then we find out that they met
Yeah.
and came
And they
up
made
with
an
her.
agreement.
Yeah. How you
That
like
was
that?
weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
So there might not have been an agreement with the ex, but there was an agreement with the ex's girlfriend.
Yeah,
Other
okay.
girlfriend.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And even Liz said she met her a few times.
And so did
Yeah,
Joellen.
I found that interesting that they
Yeah.
had met her. So he
Yeah.
must have had her in Rhode Island at some point, unless they
Must
were down in
have.
Miami. I mean,
Must.
Liz did say she went to high school with him. She was friends with him.
Right. Yeah, so I don't know about that. And then Kelsey says him and the girl from Miami have not been together since 2020. And then how about the whole Paula Abdul thing? I was like,
It's
okay.
wild.
Yeah, that her ex used to date Paula Abdul and that they used to stay in her house when they went to LA because they're still friends. It's like, okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, but how about the fact that her ex agreed to be on the show and was in her tape until he found out it was Housewives?
Housewives. Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, that's something to talk about, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that he probably felt like, like Todd from Miami. Like, remember when this was taping, that was all going on. Todd from Miami was suing Bravo for the portrayal of him on Real Housewives of Miami. So this guy was probably like, fuck, his father was still alive, the judge, he was still alive at the
Yeah.
time. And
Yes,
he
he
was probably
was.
like, shit, man, they could be saying anything about me, my family. I mean, listen,
It ended
that
up being that way anyway.
true, but that lifestyle he's living, you don't have that lifestyle when your father's just a judge, a regular judge.
No, he made the right
Something-
decision.
Something
He
else
made
is
the
going
right
on in that family for them to have the money they're having. So
Right, so
he
you
would
wanna
have
keep it on the
completely been
QT.
exposing his family. Yeah.
Yeah.
He made the right decision not to be
Sure.
on this show. Unfortunately, Brian and Rula did not make the right decisions, but he did.
No. So Arula lets us know how sick she was, and she was in the hospital twice. She was on her back for 14 days.
Could have died.
She
She
could
really
have
could have
died.
died.
Listen, I will say this. I do believe that stress can
Yeah, it can really
can
wallop you.
give you physical
Absolutely.
symptoms of illness. I believe that 100%. It can break down your body. I believe that. I believe that she was sick in bed for 14 days. Especially considering everything that we've now learned exactly about what a douchebag Brian is. And I don't even like to say that word. That's not a word I like to say. But I can't think of any other word that I could describe him as. Like, he is the biggest piece of shit on the planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean,
she must
Seriously.
have thought when they started, like when they were approached for the show, she must have thought this affair was over.
That's what she
She
said.
did. She
That's what
did.
That's
said.
probably
Yeah.
when Brian served the ex with an NDA.
Probably,
And then
yeah.
shit probably really hit the fan, and the mistress was like, F that.
Mm-hmm.
We're either going to continue as we are, or I'm going to blow this whole shit up.
Mm-hmm.
And he's decided to continue on. And then Rula probably got wind of it once they started filming. I
Mhm.
wholeheartedly believe that they left Pizza Mama to go diffuse the situation with the mistress because she was going to show up at the polo match.
He bought
Maybe.
her a Chanel bag on that
Right.
very day.
On that very
I mean, the
day.
fact that Joellen had that receipt,
See,
it
that was
says it
wild.
all.
Crazy.
It's
I mean,
Crazy.
talk about a piece of shit. Rula had no idea. She had no idea. That
Yeah. But here she
blows
is
my
in the
mind.
thick of filming, and she's like, what do I do now? You know?
Mhm.
She can't
And
blow up her whole married life with her children on national
On
TV.
national TV, right.
So she's
Why?
got to
Her
be
husband
the
did.
good wife.
Her husband did. Her husband blew it
I
up.
understand, but I mean, listen,
For
none
her,
of
yeah,
probably
it's
I
diff
would imagine none of us would do that. So she's just
So
going to go along with it,
yeah.
you know, but it spiraled. It
I think
spiraled.
I listen, what I know about you, you would have blown that shit up. I don't think you would
I
have held it.
probably would have
I don't
because
think you would have held it.
I can't
don't
hold
think-
it. I can't
I don't
physically
think you would have
hold it.
I don't think you would have held it. Lori, what do you think? Would she have held it?
Oh,
No, I don't think I could have held it.
man.
Would you have held it,
don't know.
Lori?
No.
No, Lori, I don't think Lori,
What?
there's not
Do you
a
think
chance in
you
hell
think
Lori
I
would have held
No.
it.
you think I would have held it?
I don't
I
think you
think
would have
of
held it either, quite honestly.
I think of
Shit,
the 3
I would have held it.
I
I
was
would've
gonna
held
say,
it.
out of the 3 of us, I think that you would have been able to do it
I would have held it.
much
I would
more
have
than
acted
Kelly and I.
acted that shit out on the outside, on the inside here.
Yeah,
But on the
'cause
outside,
Wendy
Yeah.
would have had the future plan and the whole thing, and me and Kelly would have been like, "You motherfucker better run because I'm gonna kill you."
Right. Right.
Yeah. So the thing with Rula being sick is there's a couple different things, okay? So definitely she could have been really sick or, being sick is a good way to get attention when you're finding out that you're not
From your
getting the
spouse.
Your whole
attention.
life is a
Right,
lie.
absolutely,
your
absolutely.
whole life is a lie.
And it's a good way to get out of having to film. So there's a couple of things going on there, I would say.
Yeah.
I agree.
Right.
I agree.
So Joanna's saying, so basically Brian was with the chick the entire summer,
While they were filming.
Because Rula was saying, I was so sick with everything going on the whole summer. So Joanna was like, the whole summer. So, so Rula says Brian was doing and saying things to the mistress so that she wouldn't go buck wild. And then Andy says, well, okay, so because Brian was telling you this is why you were able to discount what Joellen was telling you. And then we find out they had a joint location app. And then Andy asks, so why was he tracking your car? And she's like, I don't know. And then Joellen says, do you remember me telling you he had a tracker on you? And Rula's like, well, maybe. And then they flash back
Yeah.
to Polo, where Joellen does say to Brian, don't you track her? You told the mistress you did. And Brian was like, oh, that was a long time ago. Even then, I'd be like, motherfucker, what a long time ago? When were you tracking me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Rula didn't even...
She had no idea. And the whole thing is that Joellen and Gary were not friends with the mistress, but they were acquainted with her. Their children went to school together.
Yeah.
They were in the same circles, so they're getting their information directly from her.
Uh-huh.
They really are. I mean, how else would Joellen have those? I believe Joellen has the screenshots of those
100%.
text messages.
Everything she has is 100% legit. And it doesn't take a rocket scientist for Rula to see that they have a real connection and she's giving her real information. She just was not able to process it. She just wasn't. It was put there in front of her and she was just like, no, he's telling me this. Okay. All right.
Yeah. And then Andy brings up the whole Spanish teacher that was, Brian was married to. And Andy says, did you have an affair while he was still married? And she says, no. And Brian got divorced a good year and a half, 2 years before we were introduced. Okay, so this is the timeline. Joellen asks, what year did you meet? when did you get married? Rula says, we met in 2013. Joellen said, what year was Brian divorced? She said 2010. What year did you get married? Rula says 2016. And then Joellen pulls up that they got divorced, him and the Spanish teacher, in March of 2016. Andy asks her, were you legally married? Rula says yes. But Rula won't answer the anniversary date. And Joellen asks if she got pregnant while Brian was still legally married. She says no. Joellen says, yes, he was. Joellen said, I have proof. And then Ruella was like, who the fuck are you? You're a psychopath. And Joellen smiles and says, I know.
Yes, I am.
Yes, I am.
And Andy puts the cards over his face. He's like, oh, my God.
Here's the thing, though. Like,
but this is what she said.
Look at Paulie on New Jersey. Sometimes people don't finalize their divorce until they are planning to marry someone else. Sometimes it's just easier financially to keep things the way it is.
But that's not the point. The point is what he told her was happening.
Right.
So then,
because she had no idea.
Right. So then Joellen says he got divorced in March and you got pregnant in February. See, so that's where that.
But he wasn't with the
into
woman.
play.
It doesn't matter. He was still legally married to her.
It's still a lie.
And then
that's Joellen's point.
Right. And then when Joellen said, well, then how did you get married? And Rula said, well, we can get married in front of God. So she was alluding that it wasn't
the vows in front of God. So she was alluding that it wasn't
even a legal marriage. It wasn't a legal marriage.
And so
I think that's the point.
Rula.
Yes, she was. So how is she? I mean, she's not getting she's not getting married in front of a Catholic priest if you were married before.
Right.
And if you're pregnant.
Anyway. Yeah.
Right.
Well, what is she? Right.
I'm not sure.
Listen, there's a lot going on here, and Joellen was just pointing it all out. That's what was happening.
Right.
Yeah.
And Rula was just like, her head was like on swivel because she was totally blindsided by
the whole thing.
Of this information. All of it.
And Andy says he's lied to you before. Is it possible he lied about these dates?
Yeah.
And then when the guys came out, it was so funny. Billy comes out and he says to Alicia, oh, I love that dress. And she goes, oh, shut up, Billy.
No, she's so fucking mean to him. She's so mean to him.
God. And Andy asks Billy if he's picking out a lemon seed for Kelsey. And
Rula says to Brian, have fun, get ready.
Yeah.
Because she knew what was coming.
But I loved when Andy did say to Bill, are you picking out the lemon seeds? And he said, every single one.
Every single
I
one.
know.
Yeah, I like that. That was cute.
I also love that we found out that the men are actually good friends and they all had breakfast in the morning. That is a New Jersey thing. That's a Jersey thing.
Yeah, it is.
There's not another cast.
I like it. Yeah.
There's not another cast that is having breakfast together and that are actually friends. Because even when you see them in the back in the husband's lounge, Jared's telling Brian what to do. They're all giving, and Brian's coming back and saying, you guys owe me because I was here taking it for, and they're like they are.
Wait, did you see where he was like, welcome to my show or thanks for being at my show?
Yeah.
I thought it was funny the first time, but be careful, Brian.
Yeah,
be careful.
Be real careful.
Yeah.
And I thought it was kind of weird when Andy was asking Kelsey and Bill about their timeline for marriage and babies.
I did too. We didn't need that.
Yeah, when he asked about, Billy not sleeping with somebody, why she was still sleeping with the ex, and he was like...
For a year? That was weird.
Well, the weird part was Billy saying, yeah, my hand got a lot of use or something. I was like, oh.
Yeah, we didn't need to know that.
No one wants to know that.
No.
Let's see.
Or how about when we found out, when Jerry came out and he said he wasn't affected by the rumors of Dino and Liz, but we find out that Brian's friend called Jerry.
Mm-hmm.
And then Brian got on the phone and told Jerry that he saw Liz, and Rula had no idea about it.
No idea.
Exactly. Because she was like, when Liz said it before the guys came out, she was like, what? Like,
I didn't do that. What are you talking about? She had no idea.
Nope.
Yeah.
She had no idea.
And did you guys catch when they were talking about Jerry and Liz and Dino, and Andy was asking, Jerry about it, and he's like, oh, well, he's more famous than us now. And Liz says, but for all the wrong reasons.
Wrong reasons,
Yep.
Did
yeah.
you see when she did
Yep.
that? Yeah.
Yep.
So.
And it is for all the wrong reasons. And honestly, I think Dino is screwed. And
Yeah,
I
I
would
think
not
so.
be surprised.
He just rejected a plea offer.
I
So,
know he did.
I don't.
I think
you know,
I think they need to be careful because she may be going down with him at some point.
Well, they
Honestly.
clearly need to disassociate themselves.
Mhm.
But I don't know.
There's
if
a
it's
lot
too
going
late.
on there.
Jerry was on the Two Eds talking about his business. I started listening to it. Quite honestly, I zoned out. They're hard for me to listen to, the Two Eds.
I know they are hard to listen to.
But so Liz and Jerry are in the cannabis business. Obviously, they have a dispensary. And
yeah.
Eddie obviously has whatever the hell that line is. They don't have a dispensary, but they have a line. So it was interesting at first, but it sounded to me like Jerry, at least as far as the dispensary, everything was legitimate. Like they grow, everything is on the up and up. However,
I agree.
You are now on national TV. Your wife has now said that you did 3-week trips to Costa Rica every month for how many years?
Yeah, that's a lot of trips.
And
Dina,
you would ask Dino to look out for your girl while you were gone.
A lot of moving of product.
There's a lot of moving of product.
And now the boat's gone because it's sold.
The boat's gone, and
no longer evidence.
Right. Dino is supposedly Liz was funding Dino, and it's not that hard to trace that. I mean, it's really not that hard to trace that. Tamara and Eddie were on Jeff Lewis not too long ago, and I don't know if you know this, but just recently, this kind of blows my mind. Just recently in California, I think it's Gavin Newsom who passed it, but I'm not 100% sure. They passed a law that you are not allowed to sell hemp products in the state of California. Now, Vena CBD, which is manufactured and sold out of the state of California, they've been doing it for at least 10 years, is not to be sold, cannot be sold in the state of California. So Jeff Lewis has always had a partnership with Tamara and always did Jeff with his code, right? You cannot buy it if you live in California. I think July 1st is the cutoff date. You cannot buy hemp products in the state of Eddie was on. He explained it. There's 30 or 40, maybe 48. There's 48 other states where you can get his product, but not in the state that they live in and where it's produced.
Live in and where it's produced. That's wild.
Crazy.
This blows my mind. It blows my mind. This is what happens in this country. This is what happens.
They're busy making up rules about that. But
yeah,
there's certain parts of California where you can't even go because the homeless are like pissing all on the street. So what are you doing?
Yep.
What are you doing?
Right.
I know.
Focusing on the real fucking problem.
Exactly.
I know. It's crazy. When I hear stuff like this, it just kind of blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, and it didn't happen yet. But it's happening very soon. That if you live in California, Vena CBD cannot ship you products. You have to get it shipped to another address.
And then them ship it to you.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Shit.
So did you like when Brian said, sometimes you have to hit rock bottom before the Lord will bring you back up? And I'm
he said the Lord?
Oh, he did. And I was like,
oh, I didn't catch that.
You should not be bringing the Lord's name into your business.
No, I agree.
And then Andy says, like, some would argue that going on a reality show while in an affair or towards the end of the affair would be risky at best. And Brian says, oh, because of legal reasons, I can't comment on that. And then Andy's like, what are the legal reasons? And Brian's like, oh, I'm bound by a non-disclosure agreement. And he says, you're in a lawsuit with this individual. And then he said, I loved it. Andy was like, okay, well, let's bring her out.
Oh my God. I love when he does that.
Did you see everyone's face?
Yeah. And honestly,
That was
I
great.
think everyone sitting there really thought she was going to come out. And that
Mhm.
leads me to believe that this woman has really wanted to get on this show and must have been
100%.
more of a nuisance this season than we even realized.
I'm
Like, I don't
sure.
think the polo match was it. Maybe that's why Rula didn't film a lot, because this bitch was like, I'm rolling up.
That's it.
I'm
That's
rolling
it.
I'm rolling up.
up.
I think that's it.
Yep.
And then Andy asks, well, what is the nature of this lawsuit? And Rula says, I don't think you can speak to that, talking to her husband. And Rula, yeah.
So funny.
I'm
But then
telling you.
Rula said she could speak to it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
She's
she
like, I can
said
speak to it.
he opened the business and made this person and somebody else part owners. They gave their shares back to Brian. And then Joellen says one of the
Well, she
individuals
says,
ended up
what am I
suing.
forgetting? She says, what am I
Right.
forgetting? Rula
Right.
says, what am I? And then that's when Joellen jumps in.
Yeah. She ended up suing Brian. The person who sued him was a nurse practitioner. And then Brian ended up suing them. And then that's when Rula says they all had to sign the NDA. And then Andy asks to all the men, would you have come on the show if you were in the middle of an affair? No.
And none of them clocked it. Did you notice that? Because I think
Well,
Jared
for not
answered,
at first.
and then yeah,
Right.
Jerry's like, "Oh wait, you're asking me? Oh
Yeah.
no,
No,
I would
no,
never do
no.
that."
No,
Yeah.
like I don't even want to be. I'm sitting next to him. Like I don't even want to get. I don't want this to come off on me, right?
Yeah.
Jerry was like, I want no part of this.
Yeah.
He said that.
And then Andy said there's a theory online how your mom was not sick and the call came from the mistress threatening to show up. And, you came back with Rula and then the mistress sent the picture in the car. And then Brian said he never went to the hospital. He went to his parents' house. And now this is where Joellen started to lose me a little bit. Because she was like,
Well, wait.
what
wait.
about the panties in your dad's bed?
Oh my gosh, she did bring up the panties. But what about when he said about his hair and the gel and the ring on his finger?
Lie.
He said
That was a
his
whole lie.
son. He said it was his son, and then he said he put gel in his hair again. But then when Joellen brings out the receipt for the Chanel bag that was in
great.
the picture, I mean, that was the freaking mic drop moment right then and there. There was nothing
Absolutely.
else
Yeah.
that could be said. And I
She's
thought
like,
that
"This is
Rula
your
was
account
gonna,
number. This is your name."
Rula, did he buy that bag for you? She's like,
No.
no, I don't have that bag.
And then he lies and says the only person I ever bought a bag for was my wife.
Apparently
Come
not.
on, bruh. Come on. But see,
We're really learning a lot about this mistress. So she's going to roll
Yes.
up on the polo match, but
I'll
instead
back
she
off.
gets him to
I'll
buy
back
her
off. A
Yep.
$4,100
for a
Chanel
Chanel
bag.
bag. I won't
Yeah.
go.
I won't
I'll
go.
back off.
So when Joellen says that Brian tells the mistress that your ass smells like garlic, I was like, no, Joellen. Like,
What?
no.
Why would you even say that?
You're losing credibility with
Yeah,
this
she
now.
was.
It's just
She
it's
She was.
just
going
I
too
don't
low
know
with
why
that
she
one.
said that. But when
Yeah.
Jared said, I wish my ass smelled like
it was
garlic.
great.
You're
Oh.
kidding me?
That was so funny. That was
Yeah.
great.
And Brian's saying for legal purposes he can't answer the question about the
Oh
bag.
my God, he said that for everything. What a loser.
My
What a
God, I
fucking
was like,
loser.
stop. Oh, so then Andy asked how many had heard rumors before filming about Brian, and then Gary, Liz, and Joellen all answer them, and Joellen says that Gary ran into them. They were at a restaurant, and Brian tries to say, "Oh,
Hemingway's.
it was for a dinner that a business partner gave with the reps." So
But Gary said he introduced her as his girlfriend.
right, introduced her as his girlfriend.
Yeah,
So
that was
what are you
wild.
talking about? Yeah.
Before the show. This was before the show, before he ever knew Rula. Gary said this.
So, and then Brian, tries to take some control of the situation and asks Joellen, like, what's your point in all this? And Joellen says, I'm continuously being called a liar and I keep finding out lies. And then Ruella's like, oh, well, if you were a girl's girl. And Joellen was like, no, I'm not a girl's girl to you anymore. And Andy says, going on a reality show potentially put yourself through this horrible thing, Rula. Basically, like, why did you do it? And then Rula answers, because she thought it was over already.
Yep. She did.
So,
I really
yeah.
think she did. I don't
And
think
then
she's that dumb to go
Yeah.
on this
No,
if
I
she thought it was
I I
still going
agree.
on.
I think once filming started and listen, maybe Brian did try to end it before. I doubt it, but I think she thought it was over, but when filming started, she soon realized it wasn't, and she was like,
wasn't.
Right.
She was like, "Oh,
She's like,
shit, what am I gonna
"Shit."
do now?" Right, right.
Right.
And then Rosie's just like says to Brian, "Just say when it ended so everybody can
Yeah.
move forward, and then Joellen will stop." And he's like, "Due to the non-disclosure, I can't." I
Well,
was like, "Oh my god.
like, that has nothing to do even Ashley's like, "No, no, that's not how that
No,
works."
no, no, no." And, he gave a telling answer. He said, "Well, I can say I've not seen my former partner since October of last year." Now, again, I think now Rule is finding out that it went until October. You just
Well, and he
tattled on
has 2
yourself.
former partners, remember?
Right.
Right.
So he
And
could have
Joellen
been
said lie because she had a text from November.
right.
So
Yeah,
he's
about
still
the son's
lying.
Christmas list, right?
Right. He's still lying. He's still lying. It's just it's disgusting, to be quite honest with you. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I really wish I do wonder what's in this prenup, though. I'm assuming that maybe that's why she's still there, Rula. I mean, I would like to see a single Rula next season.
Mhm.
I don't wanna see Brian next season.
No.
I
And
don't think he's gonna come back. You think?
I should hope not,
Gosh, I
fool.
hope not. I do not
Goodness
want to see him
sake.
again.
I mean, a lot
No.
of husbands after a season like this would be like, "I'm good. I'm all
Yeah,
set."
I'm good. Yeah. So Andy asked Rula, when you went to the police station with the tracker in your car, did you know that it was going to lead to your husband's arrest? And she said no. And then he asked Brian, why did you have the tracker? And then Brian says, the case has been dismissed. I can't talk about it. Like, what? And then he goes on some big cock and bull story about, oh, but it led to a no contact order for 4 weeks. And,
Well,
it made me
honestly,
realize, blah, blah, blah.
he did plead not guilty. So if he says, "Well, I put the tracker on there because," he is admitting guilt.
But wait, did he plead not guilty or was it dismissed? Because he said it was
He
dismissed,
pled
which is
not
different.
guilty, and then it was dismissed. Well, she's the one
Right.
who would have to go forward with the
And
charges.
she wouldn't. So that's why.
No, I don't think so. I thought that once it goes to a third party, which was the dealership, the state could pursue it.
The dealership had nothing to do with it. She took the car to the dealership and said, "I think someone's tracking my car." And they were like,
And they called the police.
"No, they didn't call the police." They said, "You need to go to the police to have it removed.
Right.
We cannot
We
touch
cannot
that
touch
car.
it.
If
Right.
there's a tracking
Okay.
device on that car, we cannot touch it." So they just sent her to the police. I guess she was probably thinking to get the tracker removed.
Yes.
Okay.
And then it turned into what it turned into. Yeah.
Okay.
So he probably pled not guilty, and then it got dismissed because she wasn't going to pursue
She
it.
wasn't going to pursue
She
it.
wasn't going to pursue
Okay.
it. Right.
Okay. Yeah. That makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't, but it does.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
It makes sense, but not really.
Not really. So, Brian says, all relationships have their ups and downs, but the goal is for the family to stay together and she's the glue. And, just because someone sins against another person, you don't have to throw it away. I'm trying to be a better person.
And did you notice he said when somebody sins against a person over and over or multiple times?
Yeah.
Like it was something more that led us to believe it was more than once.
More than once.
It was definitely more than once.
Right.
I mean, we know that. Yeah.
And then Rosie asks, what are you going to do if this happens again? And then Rilla was like, no, this is not going to happen again.
There's no forgiveness if this happens again. And Ashley says, you're better than him. And Joellen said, I agree.
That was great. Ashley said that.
Yeah.
Right in front of him.
Yeah.
Yep.
And now I guess Brian didn't take the advice because when they're on the break, Jared says, you got to tell Rula everything. Brian was like, no way.
I think that was at the end because the next thing I have that happened was Andy asks them for their statement.
What would you do different?
What would you do differently, right?
Yeah.
Again, Alicia loses me here.
Well, Ashley said she would have tried to be less nervous and more chatty, which I think for Ashley that would have been good, right?
Yeah, and more vocal as a mediator.
Right. Rosie said she wouldn't have called Kelsey a polygamist, and moving forward, I hope me and Kelsey can be in the same room. And I think that's good, right? Then Kelsey said, as much as Rosie wants it, I would like it too, but it's hard to make friendship with somebody on TV show when you feel that everyone's like not authentic. So if you and I are going to be friends, we have to be sincere about it and do it like when it's not on camera.
Yeah, I thought that was a good idea.
I do too. And if it does happen, I think that they should be friends, to be quite honest with you. If Kelsey could get over her jealousy, I think
Yes.
her and Rosie could be good friends. I do.
Mhm.
So we'll see. Rula said, I would have shut things down harder even sooner, but I don't know if it would have worked, which just
No, it wouldn't have worked.
clarifies what we all
No.
said. She had no idea how
Listen, she was
extensive
trying
this
to
was.
shut it down, but Joe Ellen just kept bringing receipts. Because the problem was you weren't shutting it down. You weren't shutting it down the right way. You should have said, Joe Ellen, I appreciate everything you're telling me. I am handling it.
Right.
Please
Don't
just
call her a
respect
liar.
the fact that I'm
Right.
handling what's going on with my husband. Right. Instead, you're a liar. That's AI. That like she did it all wrong. I think
She
she
did it all
was
wrong.
trying to shut it down. She just didn't do it the right way.
But the problem is when your husband decides to go after when her husband decides to go after your job.
Right. Joellen's job.
Yeah,
Game over.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
you
when
know
the
what I mean?
gloves were off. That's when the gloves were off.
And you know what?
Yep.
Not for nothing, Rula was a little fresh too because she was like, well, I don't know about you, but if I would have went home, my children would have been very upset talking about the
Right.
polo match in between.
Right.
Like,
If they saw me.
don't be now, come on, girl. You already got involved in her work situation. You called her a liar, and now you want to drag her kids in. Now, don't be pissed if she
Right.
keeps going, because what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? What are you doing? So Joellen says she would have changed the way she went, towards Rula, maybe done a little more privately. This was weird,
I think so too.
right? When Andy
Yeah.
asked Liz, and she said, I would have, what'd you say, Wendy?
I'd like to control,
Yeah, better
react,
control.
police, and care less.
I was like, what? What? Made no sense.
Yeah. No,
Very
it made no
strange.
sense. It was also weird that Joellen said that she wanted to be a better mediator and make sure that she had Liz's back.
Well,
What the hell
talking
was
about
that?
talking about the whole thing in the car with Alicia.
Right.
I guess she
I
just didn't
know,
like.
but
Nobody
I
wants
mean-
Liz
She
on
did-
their bad side.
Yeah.
So
I know.
Joellen's going to say what she's got to say.
yeah.
Well,
But
because
it
we
was
know how
talking about the car ride with Alicia.
right.
I know
we
it
know how
was. I
needy she
know.
is. She's
I
very
know.
needy in that way. And then Alicia says, I wish I wore more makeup.
Everyone else is saying things. I mean, Liz is borderline, but everyone else is saying things that would like make them like a better person, a better friend, a better housewife in terms of being on the show. And she wishes she were like, I just feel like she's very superficial. She's very materialistic.
I don't think she is.
I don't think there's a lot of depth here.
Well, there's definitely not a lot of depth, but I don't think she's superficial, and I don't think she's materialistic. She said that because of the scar on her
And the
face,
dog
but then
bite.
and then because the dog bite, she really wishes that she got rid of the scar. That was really what it was about. She didn't like the scar on her face. It wasn't
But
so
it's
much
about
the
her
makeup.
appearance.
It's about
Not
her
about
appearance
her
because
doing things differently to add
because
more to
she
the
is
show
who she
or add
is,
more to
and
her
she's
life.
not
Yeah,
a
no, I
glamour
know. She is
girl.
who she is.
She is who she
That's
is.
the best
Listen.
way to put it. She is who she is.
Choke
Yeah.
me in the shallow water before I get too deep. Okay?
Yep. Yep.
It's
That's
just
so funny.
It's just
That's her.
Alicia. It's just
That's
her
so
gig. It's
her.
her
That's
way.
her.
Mhm.
Yep.
Just everybody's fucked up. So it's just her. It's just her fucked upness. It's just.
Yeah.
I
how she is.
love when you say that,
Yeah.
Lori. It's her fucked upness. That is not a word, and only Lori can use it. It is
Exactly.
her fucked upness.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
It
And
is.
and
It is.
and everybody is in their own way. So And I find the older I become, the more I am. So I'm trying to be lenient of others at certain times. Just don't ask me what's for dinner.
Wendy and I got a very clear text before we came on this podcast tonight. It wasn't meant for us.
No.
But it was a very clear message from Lori that she does not want to be asked what's for dinner.
Don't I? No.
And
I'd never
I
want to hear
assured her
the question again.
I will never ask her what's for
We will
dinner.
never,
Very good.
ever ask Lori
I don't
what's
give
for
a
dinner.
shit. I really don't
Very
give a
good.
shit.
Yeah. So there you go. So that was it for the reunion. We shall see
So
what becomes.
Liz presents Andy with the mask that they had
Yeah.
at the dinner, and she made his the king of Rhode Island, and there are 7 points on his king mask, one for each of them. And he honestly, I thought it was actually pretty freaking cool. With
Was
the
cool. I
little
liked it.
pillow.
Yeah.
It
I
was.
do believe
It was.
it will be in the clubhouse, and they did a Dirty Shirley as their toast, which is a Shirley Temple with vodka. I'd never even heard of that.
I
But
love
I'm
a
here
Shirley
for it.
Temple.
Yeah, I mean, do you ever have one with vodka? I think that might be good.
No, but
Yeah.
that's I'm game.
Yeah.
Let's go.
So that's it for Rhode Island. I love Rhode Island. I love it. I love it.
I feel like it met all of the expectations. We heard it was going to be a great season. It was a great season. Not one episode disappointed.
Wait,
agree.
Kelly. I have something to tell you. It'll further you along in your Alicia problem. I
My
saw a
journey.
little clip online, and they asked if you could ask one person from any other franchise to
Don't
come
do it.
on.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
You have one guess.
Alicia wants Teresa on.
One guess.
Alicia
who
wants
it
outta
is.
here.
I laughed
You
so
know what?
hard when I
I'm
said
done with you, Alicia.
I said, "Oh my God, I can't wait
I
to talk
wash
to
my
Kelly."
hands.
I am
I wash
so
my
here for
hands.
Alicia and Teresa together. I'm here for it. I'm so here for
It
it.
would be like the movie Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber. Absolutely.
I'm done with her.
Yeah.
I mean, she don't have to go nowhere. I don't need her off the show, but we're done.
Yeah. All the daughters can sit down and have crackers.
Oh my God, I'm so here for it.
It's too
Oh
funny.
my God.
But I
Kelly's
thought you would
can't
like
even.
I thought you would like that,
can't
Kel.
even.
Thought you would like that.
Thank you. Thank you for
Yes.
sharing that, Lori. I love
You're
it.
welcome. So everybody, please subscribe, like, watch, listen, review.
5-star reviews.
Engage. We love comments. We love comments. We love engagement.
Except don't be nasty. I'm too old.
Listen, if you want to be nasty,
old
listen.
for
If
it.
you want to disagree with me, disagree
We
with
don't care if
me.
you disagree.
No,
but yeah, the
disagree is
nasty, we
fine.
can do
but
without
don't
the
be nasty.
nastiness.
Yeah, don't be nasty. I know I'm an old hag. I get it. You don't
Right.
need
We're
to tell
white. We're
me.
old.
Yeah, we get it.
We get it. We got it.
Yeah. We don't need any help
Wait.
from you.
Are you sure?
I'm
We're
quite
white
sure.
and old?
Yep.
I'm
The
looking
whole-
at us right
everything.
now.
It's the
I see
whole
it. I
thing.
see.
We get it.
I mean, I don't think we could be any whiter than a cracker.
No. It is what it is.
Well,
It is
thank
what it is.
you.
Bye.
Bye.